Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's July 16th, 2016. One of the headlines today is the death of Nate Thurmond, a former NBA star, a member of the NBA Hall of Fame. In 2015, the year that the NBA Finals would become the Warriors and the Cavs for the first time, on February 26th, 2015, the Warriors and the Cavs played for the last time in the regular season. And after that game, I predicted that the NBA Finals would be the Warriors and Cavs. I was correct in that prediction. If you go back and watch the video I made after the game in 2015, I talk specifically about Nate Thurmond. Nate Thurmond played for both the Warriors and the Cavs. He had his jersey number 42 retired with both teams. And when the Cavs and Warriors played on February 26, 2015, LeBron James had his season high of 42 points. Back then I was explaining, the world of professional sports is scripted by the numbers, and in the world of professional sports, former athletes are sacrificed for the championships. Nate Thurmond's death today is a sacrifice for the second NBA Finals between these two teams, the Warriors and Cavs. The championship concluded this year, June 19th. It's been 27 days since the NBA Finals concluded. 27, a fateful number often found around death. You might recall that LeBron James also scored 27 points in Game 7, winning the championship for the Cavs over the Warriors, Nate Thurmond's two former teams. It was the Cavs' 103rd game of the NBA season. 103 is the 27th prime. And before Game 7 of the NBA Finals, it was reported that the movie star Anton Yelchin was crushed by his own car at age 27. I did a video on his death before the game. His birth numerology was 103. Again, 103 is the 27th prime. The Cavs played 103 games this last season. LeBron scored 27 in the final game. The number 103 in numerology terms is also identical to 13. It's the same as 13. It was LeBron James's 13th season, King James. King James won the NBA championship on the real King James's birthday. So with regards to this man dying at age 74, it's a very special number. Masonic equals 74, Jewish equals 74, occult equals 74. The language of gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, equals 74. So does English. So does alphabetic order, gematria based on the alphabetic order within the English language. These are very special numbers. In 2014, I predicted that Muhammad Ali would die at age 74. That's because the name Muhammad equals 74, just like the name Jesus, just like the word cross. Just so you know, out of the 50 states in the United States of America, only one sums to 74, meaning 2%, just in case you were getting the idea that every word sums to 74 somehow. Only the 33rd state, Oregon, sums to 74. Jesus and cross both equal 74. Jesus on the cross at age 33. Muhammad Ali dead at age 74 on the 33rd parallel in Phoenix, Arizona. Muhammad Ali, the reason he died at the beginning of the NBA Finals was because he was part of the ritual sacrifice for all of these scripted tributes by the numbers. The year Muhammad Ali became the boxing champion, 1964, was the same year the city of Cleveland last won a pro sports championship. Muhammad Ali became boxing champion in 64. Boxer in gematria equals 64. So does Miami Beach, where he became boxing champion. That's the same year, again, that the city of Cleveland last won a pro sports championship. It was 52 years later, in 2016, that they won again. That's the same number of years Muhammad Ali was Muhammad Ali. He changed his name in 64 from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali. The word prophecy equals 52, and the name Muhammad is the name for the prophet in the Quran, the spiritual figure that has parallels to Jesus, who share the same gematria of 74, this very special number. So Nate Thurmond, he wore the number 42, very special number, a number coded on black Americans in a big way. Muhammad Ali equals 42. LeBron James equals 42. Bill Russell equals 42. LeBron James became the first player to go to 6 straight NBA championships since Bill Russell in 66. LeBron in simple English gematria equals 66. Anyway, NBA Finals also has this gematria of 42. Again, LeBron scored a season high of 42 points February 26, 2015. Before the Cavs and Warriors would meet in the NBA Finals, the Warriors would end up winning. The Cavs would end up winning a year later. From the date they last played, February 26, 2015, to the start of the NBA Finals, Game 1 that year, which was June 4th, a lot like 64. And just for the record, I did predict that the NBA Finals would be Warriors and Cavs that year after the February 26th game, but I really thought that the Cavs were going to win. That's what I got backwards. This year I predicted it would be a repeat of the NBA Finals. This time the Cavs would win. I got that right. But anyhow, part of the reason I thought they were going to win last year is because the NBA Finals were starting on June 4th, a lot like 64, and they hadn't won since 64. It would have been 51 years later, and Cleveland equals 51. Anyhow, from the date of the February 26th regular season game to the date of Game 1 of the NBA Finals was 98 days. And you might recall that that game went to overtime, Game 1, 98-98, scripted. In overtime, the Warriors would win it 108-100. Golden State Warriors equals 108. They won with 108 points in Game 1. They'd go on to win the NBA Finals. LeBron James in that game scored 44 points. He got his 44th point at the very end of the game when it didn't matter. He grabbed a rebound and went coast to coast and laid it in. No one even tried to defend him. And the announcer went berserk. LeBron's 44th point. And there was no time left on the clock, and they had surely lost. But the announcer had this big reaction to LeBron's 44th point. It's because these announcers are fulfilling a script. They're told what to say, what to emphasize. It's all by the numbers, which I've exposed many times since that game. Anyhow, gematria, chosen one, sums to 98 the big way, 44 the small way. LeBron James has chosen one on his arm. Prophet also, Muhammad, the prophet from the Quran, gematria of 98, small way 44. All of this coding is from the books of prophecy in the Bible and other spiritual texts. The Masons, the Zionists who control the NBA, again, Masonic and Jewish equals 74, they are fulfilling the books of prophecy. They're doing this with news, sports, and more. If you doubt that, stay tuned. You're going to be 100% convinced by the end of this video. LeBron James, this was early in Game 7 of this year's NBA Finals. He took the line with 4.4 seconds. The score was 22-22. Basketball equals 22. Some 22 plus 22, 44 points. The guy with the chosen one tattoo on his arm or his shoulder. This is how scripted the games are. They stop the clock at numbers of significance for scripted moments. Here's that score from February 26th. The Cavs won that game. LeBron had 42 points. February 26th was also the 57th day of the year, and 57's the championship number. When you write out World Series, it equals 57. That's the baseball championship. When you write out 57, it sums to the same thing as championship, the same thing as Super Bowl. This year, the Cavs finished the regular season with 57 wins. In the college basketball tournament, Villanova got their 57th tournament win all time when they won the championship. All of these things are scripted together. As I continue to explain, sports championships, college and pro, are always connected to each other. I showed how, last year the college championship was connected to the NBA Finals. I did the same this year. I also showed how the college football championship has been historically connected to the Super Bowl. This year I'm showing how the College World Series is connected to the upcoming World Series. It truly is all scripted by the numbers. As for February 26th, that's also a date that connects to Saturn, the keeper of time. 2/26 is a lot like 226, which has gematria of 93. Just like Saturn, the keeper of time, just like Oracle Arena. This year, the Cavs won Game 7 with 93 points in Oracle Arena. In the year 93, there was the World Trade Center bombing on February 26th. It was the 42nd president, Bill Clinton, who was in office. The Clinton political dynasty from the origins of New York. Here's LeBron's box score from that February 26th game. 42 points, his season high. He had his worst career game since his rookie season earlier in that year, November 4th, 2014, which was election day for the 114th Congress. From November 4th, 2014 to February 26, 2015 was exactly 114 days. LeBron James, the big way, equals 114. The small way, 42. The big way and small way always break down to the same numerology. 114 is 1 plus 1 plus 4 equals 6. 42 is 4 plus 2 equals 6. LeBron wore number 6 in Miami. He's now gone to 6 straight NBA championships. These are all things I've been showing over the years. And I've made, since I made my prediction about the Warriors and Cavs 2 seasons ago, I've made more than 100 more sports videos showing these same types of synchronicities with the teams, the athletes. If you deny my work, you are denying the truth. I can say that with a straight face, with 100% confidence. I know that my work is proven. I understand I have skeptics because this information is so mind-blowing. I mean, I understand why it's hard for people to believe, but this is the truth. You don't have to believe it. You can acknowledge it. You can apply it yourself. You can see exactly what I'm seeing. That number 42, Zionism equals 42. It's the Zionist Jews who control the NBA. Freemason, 42. LeBron James, Bill Russell. And so does the most hateful word for black Americans. This is the reason Jackie Robinson wore 42, the first black baseball player in white Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball sums to 162. MLB, 162 game season. MLB in English gematria also sums to 162. If you haven't seen my work on the World Series, last year in spring training, I predicted the Mets would be in the World Series. I was right. This year in spring training, I predicted the Cubs will defeat the Astros. That still remains to be seen, but you can go back and see why I predicted that. Also predicted the Super Bowl in February. Pretty sure I got that on the money. So here's Nate Thurmond, the man who's now died. He was born in Akron, Ohio, just like LeBron James, just like Steph Curry. The stars of Cleveland and Golden State. Nate Thurmond had his jersey retired, number 42, with Cleveland and Golden State. He dies July 16th, 9 days before what would have been his 75th birthday, dying at age 74. The name Nate Thurmond in gematria sums to 54, just like Oracle. Game 7 was decided in Oracle Arena. Oracle has to do with future telling. This year, the Cavs had their win streak snapped at 50, or not the Cavs, the Warriors had their home win streak snapped at a record 54 straight wins. Oracle equals 54 where they play. On the same night it was snapped, the Cavs won their 54th game of the season, something I documented. I have a video from that night showing why. I thought that was confirmation for my pick that the Cavs would beat the Warriors in the NBA Finals. The name Nathaniel has gematria of 84. His full birth name, Nathaniel, went by Nate. Nathaniel, gematria of 84. Special number to this nation, United States of America equals 84. David Stern, the Zionist Jew, took over the NBA in 84. Michael Jordan came into the league. United States of America equals 84. Read the book 1984 about a futuristic nation where the people are ruled over by screens, propaganda, sports, and beer. Welcome to the United States of America. The name Thurmond also has gematria of 113, like Scottish, as in Scottish Rite Freemasonry, as in mainstream, as in dishonest, which professional sports are. They're mainstream, they're dishonest, they're rigged, they're scripted. This year when the Cavs and Warriors met in the NBA Finals, they came into the NBA Finals having played each other 113 times in the history of their franchises. Nathaniel Thurmond sums to 197. Nate Thurmond sums to 153. 153 is a number that's always paired with 42. We'll talk more about it. Nathaniel Thurmond, 197, the 45th prime. At the beginning of this NBA season, the Cavs had been in Cleveland since 1970, 45 years earlier. Golden State, by the end of the season, had been in Golden State for 45 years. They began in Golden State in 71. This was a very important number to Villanova's championship. Talked a lot about that. Villanova and the Warriors are both connected through the city of Philadelphia. The Warriors originally from Philly. Villanova, just outside of Philly. Philly, the city of prophecy from the Bible. The word Holy Bible has Gematria 45. So does the word Gutenberg, which were the first printed Bibles with the printing press. As for Nate Thurmond summing to 153, in the Bible, there's the miraculous catch of 153 fish. 153. If you write out 153 in Gematria, it sums to 113, number we just talked about, like Thurmond. Also, in Jewish Gematria, the word fish equals 113. In simple English Gematria, fish sums to 42. We often see the pairing of 153 with 42. It also gets paired with 17 and 113. NBA in Gematria equals 17. The Celtics lead the NBA with 17 NBA championships. If you add every number up to 17, it sums to 153. Ohio's the 17th state where the Cavs are from. When they joined the NBA, they became the 17th team to be in the league. The word miraculous has Gematria 42. In the Bible, it's known as the miraculous catch of fish. Again, the most hateful word. You see a lot of 153 on black people. The Attorney General right now for the President of the United States, a very sick joke. Her name is Loretta Lynch, an actor agent name, just like Barack Hussein Obama. Loretta Lynch equals 153. And they code 42 on black people, 153 often with 42. The name Lynch, black people, I don't need to elaborate. The only month with 42 Gematria is also February, Black History Month. That's the month where the Cavs and Warriors played, the big Nate Thurmond tribute, number 42, and of course Freemason 42. As for him dying 9 days before his birthday, 9 and 5 are the only numbers when written out that have Gematria 42. And the number 59 is also stamped on black Americans, the number made out of 5 and 9. I don't think it's any coincidence he has died 9 days before his birthday. If he truly is dead, he has been a ritual sacrifice. The only other possible explanation is these people are faking their deaths by the numbers. But it's hard for me to imagine a 74-year-old going along with faking their death. Most people will say, well, he's 74, he was a big man, his heart probably wore out. No, what really happened is he probably got some arsenic in his drink by some Zionist person who came by and probably tried to pretend to be his friend. The synagogue of Satan, these people are known as in Revelation, the final book of the Bible. The date that the NBA Finals were decided, June 19th, 2016, a date with 41 numerology. Again, they were decided on the real King James's birthday. King equals 41, Golden State equals 41. 41 years earlier, Joe Jellybean Bryant had been drafted 14th overall by the Golden State Warriors. If you write out 14, it sums to 41. If you write out Kobe Bryant, it sums to 41. If you write out Golden State, it sums to 41. Joe Jellybean Bryant, the father of Kobe Bryant, played for the Warriors, drafted by the Warriors, 14th overall, 41 years earlier. The NBA regular season closed out with its final 2 games, Kobe's final game, and the Warriors eclipsing Michael Jordan and the Bulls record. Kobe Bryant equals 113 the big way, Michael Jordan 113 the big way. Black Mamba, 59, Michael Jordan, 59 the small way, the number stamped on black people. Nate Thurmond, born in the year 41. And now dead as part of the ritual sacrifice tributes for what's going on. King James would win in his second NBA Finals against the Warriors. Second equals 33, NBA Finals equals 33. Cleveland, the only city that equals 33 in the entire NBA. First team to come back from being down 3-1. The 33rd team to try. 33rd team to try, Cleveland 33, NBA Finals 33. LeBron James, 31 years old, basketball, Gematria of 31. The reflection of 31 is 13, and the number 41 is the 13th prime. King James was in his 13th NBA season, winning it for the city of Cleveland, breaking the curse. The date Nate Thurmond was born in Akron, Ohio, a date with 73, numerology like sacrifice. He has now become a ritual sacrifice. A date with a life lesson number of 47. The Philadelphia Warriors won the first NBA championship in that year. It was the BBA back then. They defeated the Chicago Stags. Think about the Warriors in Chicago this year. The date Nate Thurmond has died is a date with 59 numerology. 59 is the kill number in Jewish gematria. It's also a number stamped all over black people. Nate Thurmond killed, very likely by the numbers, today as a ritual sacrifice 27 days after the NBA Finals. It's a date with 23 numerology, LeBron's number. It's a date with 39 numerology, the number of books the Zionists go by in the Old Testament, corresponding with his name, Nathaniel. Today can be written 16/7. 167 is the 39th prime number for one more 39. It's also on the Jewish calendar today. It's the 10th month, the 10th day on the Jewish calendar. And when you write out 10, it sums to 39. 39 is a very important number to the Zionist Jews who use black men to, stay in power. All throughout this world, the Zionists control black men in the entertainment industry and treat them truly like cattle and murder them by the numbers as ritual sacrifice. And they do this to more than black people, but they do it to black people more than any other group. It is undeniable when you look at the history of this. It's so disgusting, it needs to be stopped. All these people in the world aspiring to play in these leagues, not having a clue what's really going on. The number 59, that's the year Motown Records came out, 1959, the black music label. Who controls the record industry? The same Zionist Jews who control the sports leagues. Negro 59, Slave 59, Tobacco 59, the word cracker equals 59, Blues 59, Rasta 59, there's even more. So many black Americans from history that you're aware of have this number stamped on them. Again, when you write out 5 and 9, they sum to 42, the other number stamped on black Americans. 42 and 59 again and again. So Nate Thurmond, this article mentions that he was put in the Basketball Hall of Fame in the year 85. That's 31 years ago. Basketball equals 85 the big way, 22 and 31 the small way. Villanova won the college championship this year. They'd last won it in the year 85, 31 years earlier. That's the same year that the tournament became known as March Madness. March Madness equals 64 teams in the tournament. Let's do some reminders from the NBA Finals to jog our minds on the prophecy code and what's going on here. Game 7 of the NBA Finals was June 19th, 2016. In history, the real King James was born June 19th, 1566, a date with 106 numerology. June 19th, 2016 happened to be the 106th Father's Day ever. First one, June 19th, 1910. It was also the Warriors' 106th game of the season. And both Steph Curry and LeBron James, the stars of the teams, are from Akron, Ohio, which has gematria of 106, just like prophecy. Oracle Arena, where Game 6 was played, is 106 feet tall, and not by coincidence. Oracle has to do with future telling. 106 equals prophecy. With regards to the game being played in California, prophecy the small way equals 52, just like California, and it broke the streak of 52 years, no championships in Cleveland. Last year, before the NBA Finals, there was a Philadelphia train wreck, train traveling 106 miles per hour. LeBron James was starring in the movie Trainwreck, coming out right after the NBA Finals. A lot of synchronicities between that train wreck, the NBA Finals, and LeBron James. Just notice the speed was 106 miles per hour. This year, the day before the college championship, another Philadelphia train wreck, also traveling 106 miles per hour, and the team from outside of Philadelphia, Villanova, would win. Last year, the Warriors would win, originally from Philadelphia, which is named from Revelation, the book of prophecy. You see how they script this? They make up news, their tributes, and their clues for what's to come. These are riddles. The Freemasons, the Zionists who run the show, they leave riddles for us, truly. The date of the Philadelphia train wreck last year was May 12th, 2015. That's the date with 52 numerology, like prophecy. 12/5 is also like 125 for Cleveland, Ohio. This year they said that the train just outside of Philadelphia before the Villanova championship hit a backhoe, which has gematria 45. Villanova had lost 45 years earlier to UCLA, who wore baby blue. This time they defeated North Carolina, who wears the baby blue, two of the most dominant college basketball teams. UCLA has won 11 championships, more than anybody else. So anyway, all season I was talking about 106. I've been talking about it for 2 years at this point. And during Game 7 of the NBA Finals, when this happened, the YouTube comments on my videos blew up. Everybody was commenting, "Oh my God, I can't believe LeBron's down with 10.6 seconds after you've been talking about 106 all year." LeBron James was faking an injury in a scripted moment where the clock stopped right on the numbers for a reason. The score at this point in the game was 92 to 89. King James equals 89. This was the real King James's birthday. And with regards to King James, his son was King Charles. King Charles is what Cavaliers are named after. LeBron plays for the Cavaliers. But anyway, the score 92 to 89, 92 plus 89 is 181. LeBron came into Game 7 having scored 181 points in the first 6 games. The 2 prior, he had scored 41 points in both of them. King. 181, though, is the 42nd prime number, again bringing us back to LeBron James. The Cavs would end up winning 93 to 89. Golden State didn't score a single point in the final 4 minutes of the game. Just stuck at 89 for King James for the big King James tribute. And then the Cavs win with 93 in Oracle Arena. The number for the Keeper of Time. This is a tribute in time. Remember, LeBron equals 66. The King James Bible's 66 books in length, 39 books Old Testament, 27 New Testament. LeBron scored 27. The New Testament ends with Revelation, the 66th book. King James born in 1566, emphasis on 66. First time anybody went to 6 straight championships since 1966. The date of Game 7 was also Juneteenth, the date the slaves were freed at the end of the Civil War. There was a lot of Civil War theming in the NBA Finals. All things I talked about. Juneteenth equals 41, like the numerology of the date. Cavalier, a supporter of King Charles. Charles equals 66. King Charles, the son of King James. Remember earlier in the year, Prince died. I predicted Prince would die after Vanity died in February. Prince died on what's typically the 111th day of the year. The NBA Finals equals 111. I said the day he died, his death was connected to the upcoming NBA Finals. He attended that Warriors Thunder game on March 3rd that was a major prophecy tribute. Prince himself said, all we can go by in this world is prophecy. Prince, his cause of death would be announced Game 1 of the NBA Finals, not by coincidence, but the point I want to make is the day he died was the date the Queen turned 90. Prince was 57, the championship number. The Queen was 90, a difference of 33 years. The Queen will likely die in the near future, and when she's replaced, she'll be replaced by King Charles. Charles is the prince right now. Something to think about. NBA Finals in English gematria also sums to 666, just like the word prophecy in Jewish gematria. All these words have 66 gematria. King in Jewish gematria, Charles, LeBron. The name Elizabeth equals 88. 88 was a big number for the losing Warriors. This year, the Warriors finished their season with 88 wins. They got it 88 days after Steph Curry's birthday. They ended up signing Kevin Durant in the offseason, who's born in 88, just like Steph Curry. They signed him 88 days before his birthday. Even the off-season acquisitions are scripted. King Charles sums to 107. This year, the NBA playoffs began on April 16th, which is typically the 106th day of the year, but because it was a leap year, it was the 107th. In the NBA Finals, they were sure to play on 10-6. It was the only game that came after 2 days rest. They wanted to get that 10/6 in, 106 for prophecy. So anyway, there's a lot of things I've talked about in other videos. To shorten this, make it not too long, you can go back and visit my earlier work I bring up the point here about how Matthew equals 27. That's the first book of the New Testament. The New Testament begins with the 42 generations leading up to Jesus. New Testament equals 42 like LeBron James. Matthew, the first of 27 books in the New Testament. You know what this is right here? This is game 1 of the 2014 NBA Finals. Look at what number they had on the jersey for the guy singing the Star Spangled Banner. Masonic, 223 in Gematria, 74 in Simple English. He's singing the Star Spangled Banner, the national anthem, old 223. The Synagogue of Satan equals 223, the name for the Zionist Jews who will rule in the end times, who've created this U.S. nation and everything in it, including these rigged sports leagues. They've done it all by the numbers, too. Same numbers I'm teaching you about here. Game 1 of that NBA Finals, LeBron exited with 33 minutes with a fake injury. Fake injuries in sports are par for the course. Ronaldo faked his injury in the European Championship. His team still won. His championship very much connected to 33. And hey, before I sign off, let me plug Jeff Young's radio show. If you've never listened to this show before, he includes music, knowledge, information, talks about everything going on. I'll link that in the description just for kicks. I was listening to Jeff Young when I heard this news about Nate Thurmond. So RIP Nate Thurmond. Please help share this video. Please spread this knowledge. People need to wake up. You know, ritual sacrifices, scripted sports. The people are getting duped, murdered, and worse. Until next time, Truth Seeker.